And we are live. Good
Yes.
morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, Anna. It's lovely to see you again this month. And everybody who's here, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, welcome. Or those who watch the replay. And I know some people do. Quite a few people message me and say they've seen it later. So, and if you are on, do comment, because it's really lovely for Anna and I to see who's on and comments, because we don't know you're there unless you make a comment.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you, everybody.
So today we have a topic around habits, how we use or we effectively have habits to create our long-term results in life. And I'd like to hand over to you, Anna, because you have some really great ideas and gold nuggets around this. So how about you start and we can have a chat from there.
Thank you, Karen. For me, as we both know, we are on a journey to a long-term vision that drive us to share our conversation. Thus, meaningful conversation comes about because of that. Because we both wanted to show people that they can set a big goal and then work towards it. Yeah, whatever that is in their life, and so is whatever that is for you or for me. And as we share many times before over the last few years that we running meaningful conversation, we were talking about goals in life, such as in the four major areas of life, such as health goals, relationships goals, your own version of who you are goals, and then the career and financial goals. So for me, I think if we can cover all of these areas and achieve in every aspect of life, then we will feel a sense of, what is it? A sense of why we are here in this world. So in order to achieve goals and achieve everything in every aspect of our life, we have to have an action plan, and then we execute it. And the execution, it has to be every single day. It's not like once a year. So for me, that is what important. So someday I don't feel like acting, but someday I do. Someday I feel good, someday I feel bad. And even in the same day, I might feel good in the morning and feel really, hopeless by lunchtime, or feel really frustrated by the evening when I wanted to do something and I procrastinate and then haven't done it. Yes, so our emotion and our thought pattern, as you shared before, that we are wired to think negatively. We are wired to feel down more often than feel up. So what is it that make you feel I do it no matter what? When we committed to a time that we go live, for example, no matter what happened, we turn up. What is it that make you do so? So that is the question I put out there, and I wonder what it is for you.
Great question, Anna. Yeah. Shall I comment or do you want to go on?
Yeah, you just go, like, what is it for you that make you, no matter how you feel, no matter what you think, you would do the things that you set out to do anyway, daily, weekly, monthly, and then it take you go closer to your goals as you do it. Yeah.
So there are a number of things in my view. One is our personal integrity. And, we all have this thing called integrity. We have our personal integrity and we have our integrity relationship with other people. And I believe that if we have really good personal integrity, it's because we do those things that we say we're going to do. It's a relationship with ourselves. Mm-hmm. That we know that if we say we're going to do something, we will, walk over broken glass to do it. Mm-hmm. By the time we say we're going to do it. Or if we absolutely can't, something really major comes up that stops us, mm-hmm. then we renegotiate, and this applies to other people, a relationship with ourselves and other people and our integrity there, or ourselves. We renegotiate with ourselves or with other people when we're going to make a new contract for that. So this is something I didn't think about talking about today, and it just came up for me when you asked the question. However, I also want to remind people that, you know, our habits is a simple way of doing something in a repetitive manner over time. So we all have habits that we do, and we say to ourselves, I'm going to be clean, so I'm going to clean my teeth every day, or I do clean my teeth every day, or I have a shower, or wash myself, or whatever it is, because we want a certain outcome, which is, say, to be clean. And so we make a contract with ourselves that we'll do this every day. When we do habits, because I'm the quantum person, I want to talk a little bit about that quickly before I hand back to you, Anna. When we do habits in a repetitive manner, something in a repetitive manner, which is a habit, over time, it actually has a force. And if your habits are not serving what we talk about, our goal, our vision, our outcome that we desire, then we will never get there unless we install new habits. So through constant repetition, a habit, whether it's a good or bad habit, literally has a force, and it's like a current, and it pulls you towards it. So what we say is habit is the best of servants, and it's the worst of masters. You can have your own habits serve your dream, or you can have your habits pull you away. But the choice is ours. The choice is yours and mine and everybody's. At the end of this, I'm going to leave you with a question about habits that are going to help you move forward. I'm not going to tell you right now.
Wonderful. So that is exactly why I asked you why you turn up for the thing that you intend to do, because it's become your habit, the habit of holding your integrity. You know, your personal integrity is built over time because you has been always committed to something that you said you do. So you committed to yourself, and then you committed with people you partner with, you plan to do something with. And that's where you earn trust, and that's how you earn partnership, because people trust people who hold on to the habit of having that personal integrity. Yeah. So that is definitely why I'm saying, because you have been like that. You have been building that habit since you was young, and you have been that way. So that's why when people work with you, they can trust that when I work with this person will turn up. This person will show up, and this will do what that person said. Yeah.
So important.
So for that reason, I say, like you said, the quantum
don't actually value the importance of that simple thing, that thing of personal and integrity with other people. And what happens is if we don't show up for ourselves, we lose our own belief and trust in ourselves, and then we are unable to make those agreements with ourselves, or to make those goals, or have those desires, because we know we don't keep to our word. So it has a huge impact on us. It's huge, because we stop having confidence in ourselves and having confidence in our ability to achieve something, because we know we haven't done it in the past. And so we are not sure if we'll be able to achieve something. So we stop having trust in ourselves. Yeah. It's a great conversation, Anna. A great point. Yeah.
Yeah. So like you said, when you, the habit of showing up for yourself, showing up because we said we want to do something and we finish it, whether washing the dish, it's also like I say, I'm going to wash the dishes, then I do it. The moment we finished washing the dish, no matter how bad I felt, but I did it anyway. Yeah. No matter how cranky I would feel, I do it anyway, then I'll feel like, oh, once you complete it, you feel that sense of, oh, I complete the habit of keeping the dishes clean, or
Mm.
keeping the kitchen clean, have the habit of keeping myself clean,
Keeping,
having the habit of,
mm.
the small daily action will build who we are, build, you know, because it build who you are, so you will be the person that match the result in our life. So a person who doesn't wash themselves, doesn't clean the kitchen, doesn't clean the house, will end up living in a messy house and a dirty body. Just like that. It's just so much so. Exactly what you do is exactly what the result you will yield, right?
Yeah.
So this is not with just us saying. This is from Confucius, from the ancient knowledge that we know. What we hear, what we see, will become what we believe, and what we believe will become what we say, and then become what we act, and then become what we do daily. It become our habit, and that become our character, and our character decide what we choose in life. Like you have a character of integrity, then you will choose to do exactly that. You will show up as a person who is trustworthy. And then of
Mm.
course the result that come from that character is trust from other people,
Exactly.
trust by other people. And then
Yes.
of course you have a lot of collaboration, and then your circle of impact will expand. So that's what is the importance of daily habit. And sometimes we underestimate that small little action every day, and we think we have to do something massive in order to achieve big result. And so I wonder, what is the, let's say if we say talk about 5 habits that if we do it daily, that would yield wonderful result in 2 years, 5 years. What would that be? If you can give people some daily habit that could give them wonderful result in life, what would they are? What would they be?
Gratitude. One habit I love to talk with people about is to give gratitude every day, to
Yeah.
make it a practice, like you say, a habit. In the morning when we get up,
Mm.
we think 3 or 4 or 5 or 10 or however many we choose, things that we are grateful for. We actually mentally go, I'm so grateful for the beautiful weather in this place where I live, my partner who is so caring and kind, whatever it is that I can see, even though I wear spectacles, that I can see way in the distance and read my book.
Mm.
It doesn't matter what it is, because just the practice of giving gratitude for something we have in our lives or something that we want that hasn't quite materialized yet is also very powerful. So that's one habit. What about you, Anna? What would you say would be another habit?
For my journey of taking people through a journey of 3 to 5 years to build asset-based income, we get a set of habits, like 5 habits to go to first phases to build who you are. And those habits are like reading, listening to what would feed your mind with belief. And then the habit of associating. Oh, this is a really important habit. Associate with people who has achieved the result you want,
Mm,
who are on the journey of building that, that the life that you aspire to have, like time freedom, financial freedom, the confidence to open up and expand your network. That
yes,
habit is non-negotiable. The
yes.
association with people who get what we want, for example. So those are the few habits in the process of getting people step out of their comfort zone and perform the habit. That is like, you go and meet people out there to see what's available. And that's for some people, that is not a habit. That is not in their habit yet, because they don't prioritize time to do so.
Mm,
Most people, like where I used to be, I used to go to work and come home, go to work and come home. I didn't open up and expand my horizon, because I didn't prioritize that, because I prioritize 8 hours a day for work.
mm.
But when you want a different result, you have to prioritize your time for different habit. Like, thanks to that new habit, I met you. Expand my horizon, go out and meet with people, go and meet with opportunity, and go and associate with people who has the result we want. And I end up meeting my mentors who can show me how to achieve financial freedom and, can build asset-based income. When you are, like before that, I didn't have that habit. So I didn't know that was even available, for example. So we have a process of building people habit like that, building up to 7 or 8 habits. And when they master those 8 habits, they will see the result. So that's kind of the habit I'm talking about. And once a lot of the things that I didn't do before, not that I couldn't do it, but I didn't know that those are the kind of habit that take me to a different result. So I prioritize 8 to 10 hours for different habit, for the habit of getting on the train and go to work and do exactly what work require me to do. And those, I did it repeatedly for 10 years. 10 years of doing that became my habit. So, I do the plan, I do the work at work. I didn't even have to think because it's become habit. It becomes so easy, become like, I don't need to think. I just operate on the autopilot. I didn't even stop and think how I use the 8 hours. What does it take me? What is the end result of this? Didn't think about that. Just thought, oh, I got a good job. So I turn up. Yeah. And then now, when I met the people who achieve wonderful result doing totally different habit, so I incorporate that in. I changed my habit. I switched to reading the kind of book that give me that kind of result. I switched to listening to the kind of thought process that take me to that new result. Yeah.
Such good information, Anna. You're so right. I want to just go back to your point about how for 10 years you got on the train and went to work. And here's the interesting thing about that. That was a habit. And our habits, as I said at the beginning, our habits have an energy. They have a force and they pull us towards a result. However, we create habits because of the patterning and the programming. And you thought that was what was the right thing to do. You were probably told by your parents that it's really important for you to do that. You get a job and you create the habit. They probably didn't use that word, but they said you go to work every day. Every day you're expected to be there. You turn up, you get a job, you turn up at work. And if you do that throughout your life, you'll be successful. Correct?
Yeah.
And it's another one of those paradigms. It's another one of those beliefs that we are given to think that's what a good person does. That's what a successful person does. That's what our mother and father and grandparents told us, that if we do that, we'll be good people. We'll be successful. And of course, the reality is that's not necessarily as successful as we can be. And it's not using all of our potential. Like you said, you got to work, and after a few months probably, you were not drawing on your skills and your potential and your intelligence or anything else because it was so easy. You learned how to do the job that, in fact, you were just marking time doing it. And you had habits within the job that you were doing that didn't really stretch you or challenge you. And so this is the thing, is that we know this, we do this, we do what we think society has told us is the right thing to do. And the thing that stops most people, which didn't stop you, Anna, the big thing that stops most people from moving away from that security of having a job and working for someone else and making money for them, the big thing that stops us from moving away from that and going out on our own and looking for ways to become more successful, have more abundance, more wealth, or more time, or whatever it is we choose, is fear. We're scared to move away, but Anna, you weren't. We're fearful that if we leave this job, we won't have the skills or the expertise or the confidence, or people won't like us or whatever, to succeed in the other world, the world outside of having a job, the world of entrepreneurship, the world of having our own business. Most people are too afraid to make that move. But you weren't, or you were afraid, but you...
I were afraid.
Yeah, but you...
In the first year the first year was very scary because I was in my mature age. So most people say you well and truly established in your career. So so now stepping out into totally, you know, I had no idea where I was heading. Just had the question in my mind that I didn't accept to work full part-time because I wanted to have more time with my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And that means such a significant cut in my paycheck
Mm-hmm.
and a significant cut in my career progress.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't accept that. I said there must be a way to have both and to have all of it. And I didn't know how, but that's the only question that pulled me and pushed me. Said there must be something more in my life than just this. And I was scared. I was scared because I'm an immigrant, very timid, very young in terms of my life in Australia. And I didn't have a big circle of connection or don't have any family support. English is second language, blah, blah, blah. All of those was quite scary. I had to overcome. I had to overcome to become, and then start building new habits. Start saying hello to stranger. Even that alone was the habit I had to build. Say hello to stranger was scary.
Yes.
Some people say hello back, but most people look down or they look away or they think you're too weird. Being friendly to other people can be a massive new habit to build. And I had to overcome people thinking I'm weird for being too friendly, for example. But yeah, there's habit that we can build, and then go to a networking event in order to meet new people that I don't know, I don't have anything in common with. That was a massive new habit I had to build. And it was scary. Every step of the way was overcoming. But luckily, we had a system of mentorship, of coaching that, say you can do it. And you can do this way, you can do it that way, we can show you how, and they give you the kind of mentorship that give you the different way of thinking, different way of looking at it, different angle to see things. And with that, each of us can overcome any difficulty once we know why we're doing that. The result. I want to be free. I want to have time with my daughter and still being a wonderful, valuable members of the society. Yeah. Anyway, what drive you, Karen? And then we can wrap up our conversation today after you share with us what drive you, and what if you can give one advice, a word of advice, what would that be?
Find out. Okay, so what that would be is really dig deep into your own soul and ask why you're here. What is your purpose? What are you doing on this earth, living in this country, wherever you are, at this time with these people? You're here to do a job. We're all here to do something more than our everyday work. It's always something much bigger. Yes, we're mothers and we're parents and we, CEOs or whatever. But that's not the big purpose I'm talking about. I'm talking about a purpose that significantly changes some group or tribe or humanity. Contributes to humanity in some way. We're all here for a job, way more than most of us think about. So my suggestion would be delve deep, do some work on what your purpose is, what your why is. And when you do that, then every time you choose a habit, every time you choose to carry out a habit from now on that you already have, and every time you choose to create a new habit to serve your future, your desired future, ask yourself, will this help me to progress towards my why, my purpose? Will this help me to fulfill my purpose, the reason I'm here on this earth? This is what I do. Every time I have a crossroads or a decision to make, I ask myself, does this relate to my purpose? If I say yes to this, will it help me to achieve my why, my purpose? So Yeah, that's my little pearl of wisdom, or my gold nugget, Anna. And yours have been amazing as well. Do you have a final gold nugget? And then I'll just close with what I'm going to add at the end. But do you have a final gold nugget or pearl of wisdom, Anna?
I think for me, I can share from my own lessons so far. Like when I wanted to have time freedom, eventually early days, I didn't say time freedom. I just want more time for my daughter.
Yes.
And without trading on my career prospect and my success in life. Success in life for me is I have to be a valuable member of the society somehow, in one way or another. At that point, that was my thinking. And to this day, when I found what I can do, I can share that you don't need to do something big. You just need to be spend an hour a day doing something different. And you can do the 5 habits that make you a leader in every field of your life. They say leaders are readers, but readers are not leaders, not enough. Readers read and then apply what we learn from the wisdom of people who are successful. So we can do that. Let's say build a few more habits into our day, which doesn't take long. 1 hour is max, and that can change the course of our lifetime. And that can take us to the freedom that we want. And these days, people can build asset-based, both you and I know, they can build asset-based income by using their spare time without the capital required. And they can be taught, they can be guided to get the result they want. And that is beautiful, and it's available to everybody. So that maybe what I can share from what I've got and what I know.
Thank you, Anna. That's really good, really great. I love the create 5 new habits. I think that's a really fabulous tip. We've got someone on here, Charles Caldwell. Hi, Charles. Greetings from Hong Kong, he said. Lovely to have you here. I don't know how long you've been on for. However, it's been a really fabulous session with Anna. So we're just closing up now. And I would like to add, as I said, I wanted to add at the end, what you've talked about has been so valuable, Anna, for everybody who will listen to this or who is participating in this now. And so if your habits are not serving your goals, serving your vision, serving your dreams, there's only one option, and that is to install new habits. So what I would ask you, and Anna has also already spoken about this, is to ask yourself, what new habit can you install? What new 5 habits can you install in your life today to move forward towards your desired outcome, your next big goal, your big dream, to achieve that big dream? What new habits can you install? Oh, and we've got another person on here, Julie Tang. Oh, Julie, thank you for saying thank you. It's lovely to see that people are actually here with us. So, if there's anything any of you want to talk about with us, please reach out to us. Just send a comment on LinkedIn. You're both on LinkedIn. So send us a comment and ask to have a 15-minute chat, or ask the link for us to send you to make a time that works for you. Works for us both. Do you have a link, Anna, that you can pop in somewhere?
I will be on the
calendar, or
just at the moment. Yeah.
Out to you. Yeah.
And I just wanted to tell you, your eyes look beautiful through the classes, and the pure happiness, that shining through. I just love watching when you talk. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. It's interesting, isn't it, that I was talking with someone the other day, and I was talking about my dad and what legacy he'd left, with the gifts that he'd given us, the gifts, not physical, material gifts, but other things. And I said at the end, because he passed away last year, I said, my dad passed away. I really miss him, and I loved him so much. And the person said to me, I know, I can tell, because as soon as you started talking about him, your eyes lit up. And so isn't it interesting that when we're talking about something we love, or something that we're passionate about, our eyes light up.
Yeah.
And then people get enrolled in that because our eyes light up. And you know what they say, the eyes are the mirrors to our soul. Or is it? Is that the right saying? I think so.
I think that's it. The eye is the door to your soul.
The door to our soul, or the mirror to our souls. Yeah. So it is so wonderful, actually, to have these conversations with you, Anna, and for other people to come in and share, because there are things that we're passionate about. They're conversations that we know other people will appreciate as well. So thank you again. Once a month, Anna and I do this now, and we will see you in a month for our next meaningful conversation with Anna and Karen. Thanks so much, Charles and Julie, for coming in.
See you next month.
Bye.
Bye.